Hey everyone, my name is Wedge, and we're back with our final Best of the Rest video. This time, we'll be looking at the rest of the multicolored cards and cons of Tarkir that weren't spoiled individually. The hype for pre-release is real. Abomination of Good Duel is 3 colorless, 1 black, 1 green, and 1 blue for a 3/4 horror with flying and a morph cost of 2 colorless, 1 black, 1 green, and 1 blue. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. I wouldn't say this is first pick material or anything like that, but the card seems fine. It has a morph cost, so you can play it on turn 3, and flipping it for 5 mana once you have nothing to do seems fine. The value on its ability is useful. Card filtering is always important. This is a Sultai card, so you'll also get the added benefit of getting another card in your graveyard. You can't really say no to a 3/4 flyer without any real downside besides mana cost. It's a fine card for your pool. Armament Core is 2 colorless, 1 white, 1 black, and 1 green for a 4/4 human soldier. When it enters the battlefield, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures you control. I really like this card for Obzan. 5 mana for a 4/4 body is just fine, especially when it has pretty good upside. You can trigger Outlast on a couple creatures or just make something huge. You're essentially paying 5 mana for 6 power and toughness and possibly some trigger activations. It's a good card. Chief of the Edge is 1 white and 1 black for a 3/2 human warrior. Other warrior creatures you control get +1/+0. Alternatively, Chief of the Scale is also 1 white and 1 black for a human warrior, but this one is a 2/3 and gives other warrior creatures you control +0/+1. Notice that one is Mardu and one is Obzan. That's pretty cool. Beyond that, these are both fine. There are a bunch of warriors in the set that can benefit from these effects. I wouldn't go as far to say that you can make a warrior tribal deck, because most of the good warrior cards are uncommon, but these are both fine additions to your deck. You can drop them early and they might actually do something. Death Frenzy is 3 colorless, 1 black, and 1 green for a sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature dies this turn, you gain 1 life. Hey, Obzan and Sultai players, if you get this, just embarrass all the Mardu players for me. Please, that's what this is best at. If you drop this on turn 5 against their army, I doubt they'll be able to recover, especially if they have a ton of tokens. It's brutal. High Spiderman is 2 colorless, 1 red, and 1 white for a 3/3 flying trample insect. You will play this card if you're Jeskai or Mardu. It's so good. 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer with 2 keywords. It's dirty. It's a great card, easy inclusion. Kintree Invocation is 1 black and 1 green for a sorcery. Put an XX Spirit Warrior token out of the battlefield where X is the greatest toughness among creatures you control. The Sultai and Obzan will both get serious value out of this card. For only being a 2 mana cost spell, this is seriously powerful. It is a sorcery, but that doesn't matter much to me when I can just use 2 mana to potentially create another 5/5 or 6/6 for them to deal with. This is especially dangerous late game with Obzan Outlast creatures. The card is seriously effective. I love it, but hate it, because when it gets played against me, I guarantee you they get value every time. Ride Down is 1 red and 1 white for an instant. Destroy target blocking creature. Creatures that were blocked by that creature this combat gain trample until end of turn. This is a great way to end the game Mardu style. If they're putting something big in front of you, just get rid of it and trample over. This is perfectly in flavor for the Mardu, and I would definitely play this. It's a relevant kill spell in an aggressive deck. It is conditional, but come on, you're playing Mardu. Your opponent will block something. Snowhorn Rider is 3 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 red for a 5/5 human warrior with trample and morph costing 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 red. This may not seem too exciting, but the reason I want to talk about it is because it's a 5/5. The value of 5 power and 5 toughness in this format is really high. You want creatures that can beat 4/4s. You just do. If you're a teamer player, this is a good creature that should be in your deck. Not a top pick in draft or anything, but a more than efficient filler. Winter Flame is 1 colorless, 1 blue, and 1 red for an instant. Choose one or both. Tap target creature and or deal 2 damage to target creature. Instantly love this card. I understand that the effects may seem underwhelming, but it can trigger prowess. It's a direct damage spell at instant speed, and it can buy you a turn against something huge. These are the tempo-based non-creature cards you want in your Jeskai deck. Winter Flame is great. Do not underestimate it, please. You'll just embarrass yourself. Those are the rest of the multicolored cards that I felt like talking about. Which clan do you think got the best deal in all this? There's so many options, so little time. Good luck at your pre-release this weekend, and may the team rip out your hearts and feed them to their bears. Great way to end the week. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Khans of Tarkir spoiler information you could ever need. This is the Manosaurus. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.